On this episode of the Talking Gruse, flaming carpools, fermented chimps, and a lobster that looks like Rich after 5 minutes in the Arizona sun. Now, if you thought world records were noble, you haven't met the guy sprinting on all fours. All this and more coming up on the Talking Gruse.
The Talking Gruse, bringing you the less serious side of the news. Now, your host, the Gruse.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Talking Gruse. I'm your host, the Gruse. Next to me, like always, and every episode is the co-host, better known as Rich. How you doing, Rich?
I'm good.
Good.
Busy week.
Today, can we make sure when you're talking that you talk into the microphone?
I can do that.
Okay. My poor ears hurt having to try to listen to him, folks, without listening to because he just didn't talk loud enough. So, you know.
I am, used to be very, very quiet, and I still am sometimes.
He doesn't need to be quiet. Oh, yeah, he is quiet because I'm so loud. Anyways, let's get this episode started off in Florida, where wildlife is bold and homeowners are bolder. Now, one woman took pet protection to a whole new level. And now, here he is, the man who once called animal control because a squirrel looked at him funny. Take it away.
A Florida woman taking her dog for a walk near a creek ended up punching an alligator in the face to rescue the canine from the predator's jaws. Wow, she'd been watching old reruns of Steve Irwin. Land O'Lakes resident Danny Wright said she and her 4-month-old Shih Tzu Dax.
Maybe if she had butter or margarine.
Oh.
Land O'Lakes.
Oh, okay. Land O'Lakes, okay. But they can't use the old Indian anymore.
This is why he's the co-host, people. Go on.
Danny Wright said she and her 4-month-old Shih Tzu, Dax, were walking along a stagnant creek behind her house when the 5-foot gator struck. I turned and looked, and an alligator had him, Wright told the New York Times. What's the New York Times doing in Florida?
Oh, that's a good point.
The alligators...
everybody from New York, though, all the senior citizens, they all go to Florida, so there you have it.
The alligator's front teeth were through the collar of my dog. The alligator started dragging Dax into the water, leading Wright to fight back. I just punched him. Punched and punched, She told WTSP-TV. I punched him in the eye.
It's like the alligator from Happy Gilmore. It's going to be missing an eye.
I punched him in the eye enough that he kind of let go. He unclamped a little, and I pulled off, but his teeth dragged down on my arm. Wright was able to flip the alligator onto his back. Wow, she's a wild one.
That's a lot like, alligator wrestling, right?
I was going to say, alligator wrestling.
It's something they do in the South, okay?
She was able to flip the alligator on its back, allowing her and Dax to flee into the house. She recorded video of the gator lurking behind her home after the attack. The alligator was removed from the property by Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission trappers. Wright urged other pet owners to be cautious in areas where gators can easily camouflage.
That's all the more reason not to live in Florida.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll take the rattlesnakes. I'll take the coyotes.
Yeah, there was a rattlesnake in my friend's trailer right next to it. The neighbor had to call animal control for a rattlesnake the other night. I heard all about it.
Wow.
Just be careful with your dogs. These alligators are no joke, Wright said. 15 feet. He came out to get him, and I didn't even see him.
Wow.
So.
Pretty impressive. They just went pell-mell on the alligator.
Yeah. No, she should have. Didn't say how old she was. I wonder if she was.
You know what? Hey.
Get off my dog with her cane.
Well, anyways, we got breaking news from the windswept shores of Scotland, where a beloved tradition just got hit with a wave of controversy. The World Stone Skipping Championship. They're under scrutiny. And let's just say, not all stones were created equal. Now, Rich, can you please read this story with the intensity of a man who once skipped a stone and called it cardio?
Cheating scandal nearly sinks World Stone Skimming Championships. I'll do my best James Doohan impression. Organizers of the World Stone Skimming Championships in Scotland said a cheating scandal led to the disqualification of several competitors.
If it's not Scottish, it's crap.
Isn't that Fat Bastard?
No, that was a Saturday Night Live skit that was done when
Celebrity Jeopardy.
No. It was Chris Farley, I believe, and Patrick Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And it was a Scottish store. Patrick Stewart owned the store. His character owned the store, and I think that's what it was. He was saying, "If it's not Scottish, it's crap."
So the World Stone Skimming Championships, an annual celebration of the sport, also known as stone skipping, is held every September on the western Scotland Isle of Easdale. The rule
Not as good as the name of some of these English cities, though.
Yeah.
No, not. I got to give it to the English for that, guys.
The rules of the competition require the stones thrown by competitors to skim across the surface of the water to be naturally occurring slate from the island, but several competitors in this year's event were found to be wielding rocks that appeared to have been shaped and smoothed by a machine.
Ooh, scandal, folks.
Yeah, this is like, almost as bad as steroids in baseball.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what though? They could have just come to Arizona and got some river rock,
Right.
Because they're naturally.
Oh, I know. I've been out when Jessica lived in Young. We used to skip stones.
Oh yeah, river
out
rocks
there.
in Arizona are perfect.
Some of the stones appeared to have artificial notches created to aid in throwing.
Ooh.
I got calls from concerned competitors. They were worried that people might think that's how things are done here. Kyle Matthews, there's a Kyle. Go to Texas, Kyle.
Yeah.
The event's toss master.
The
told
toss
us-
master. I want to be the toss master.
What do? I'm the toss master. He told the Scottish
Tossing
Mail, I contacted the
salad.
individuals who admitted their transgressions, and I had to disqualify them. To give them their
Wait,
credit,
now, only in England, the British Isles, would they say they admitted their transgressions.
right.
Only over there.
They admitted their transgressions.
Here we would say there was a giant bitch fest or something.
To give them their credit, they deeply apologized for bringing the sport into disrepute and accepted disqualification, and we accept that's the end of the matter.
They brought shame upon the stone skipping groups in the world.
Yep, no signing bonus for them next time they do a stone skipping contract.
Yeah.
Matthew said organizers are considering new rules for future competitions requiring participants to choose from stones selected by officials instead of finding their own. Like no bringing,
Homemade stones.
homemade stones, or I was thinking of the bat during the movie The Natural,
Oh, yeah.
Thunder Boy or something.
Yeah, something like that.
The World Stone Skimming Championships does not have any cash prizes, but the winner does receive a trophy. The
I
first
guess
round,
that's a really nice trophy if they're cheating to get it.
right? The first round of competition features competitors attempting to skip their stones across the surface of the water to the back wall of a quarry, a distance of about 206 feet. Those who qualify for the second round then engage in a toss-off to determine the winner.
Of course, and the tossmaster is then present.
Tossmaster must dictate the rules of the toss-off. Kentucky man Jonathan Jennings became the competition's first ever American winner in the adult male category of this year's event. Lucy Woods won the adult female category for the sixth time. You go, Lucy.
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
Yeah,
Is that what it was? Lucy in the sky with diamonds?
I think so.
Before my time, but good song.
So
That it?
that
That
is
the
it for
skipping? 'Cause
stone skimming.
that was really, I mean, that was really nail biting and intriguing. I mean, I don't know about
How
you.
dare you bring
Shame
disrepute on the sport?
Yeah. God. Now, new findings out of UC Berkeley suggest our primate cousins may be living a little closer to happy hour than we thought. We covered something about this, but this is a little more in depth though before. Now, so if you've ever wondered what the chimp at the zoo, or why the chimp at the zoo, I should say, looked a little bit too relaxed, well, science may have the answer. Now let's go over to Rich, the man who once asked if a banana daiquiri constituted as a fruit.
Does it?
Depends on how many bananas you have.
I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Now, a little side note here. So that you say that, and it's funny because on TV this week, whenever I'm working in the studio, I have something going on TV while I'm sitting here pounding away, bringing all of you this fine entertainment. I have something going in the background. And this week it was like Beverly Hills Cop on TV all week long almost. It was that and Die Hard. And and you know, Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, I think they did 3 even. But they did. Every time I saw that scene, I'm not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I right there.
Etched into his memory. Researchers at the University of California, still getting used to these teeth, Berkeley found chimpanzees eating fermented fruit in their native habitats to consume the equivalent of nearly 2 alcoholic drinks per day.
Well, I assume I consume at least the equivalent of 2 alcoholic drinks per day. Well, I consume 2 alcoholic drinks per day.
I figured it was per hour, but
Well, I could do that too, but I tend to savor my drinks.
the research team who published their findings Wednesday in the journal Science Advances analyzed 21 species of fruit regularly eaten by chimps in Uganda and the Ivory Coast to measure the alcohol content.
All right.
Fermented bananas. Yum. Across all sites, male and female chimpanzees are consuming about 14 grams, about half an ounce, of pure ethanol per day in their diet, which is the equivalent to one standard American drink. Alexei, spelled Aleksey, Morrow, a graduate student at the university's Department of Integrative Biology, said in a news release, when you adjust for body mass, because chimps weigh about 40 kilos or 88 pounds versus a typical human at 70 kilos, 154 pounds, it goes up to nearly 2 drinks.
That means I'm the weight of it, like 2 humans. More of me to go around.
And before I developed this dad bod, he was twice the man I was, literally.
Yeah.
The team drew on research.
He's catching up, folks.
The team drew on research by primatologists who found chimps each. Okay, that's a typo. Each eat probably about.
Welcome to the Grammar Hammer.
Thank you. I'll be your host today. About 10 pounds of fruit every day, making up about 75% of their diet. The Berkeley researchers approximated the proportions of each fruit in an average chimp's diet to reach their conclusions. The chimps are eating 5 to 10% of their body weight a day in ripe fruit, so even low concentrations yield a high daily total, a substantial dosage of alcohol, said Robert Dudley, a UC Berkeley professor of integrative biology. Researchers said it's not yet clear whether chimpanzees are actively seeking out fruit with higher ethanol levels, but if that's the case, it's likely their alcohol consumption is even higher than expected.
All right. Everybody, we're going to raise a toast to the chimps.
It's like the bar that used to be around the corner from Sunset Pizza. All the day drunks would hang out in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was day drinking before there was a term for day drinking.
Well, the late 90s, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't a saying.
Oh, I first saw shirts that say day drinker at was the place that looked like the trailer, Makayo's trailer park over in Tempe by the, you remember that? The Depot Cantina.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Anyway.
Still there, by the way.
No, it's not anymore.
Oh, they closed it?
Yep.
Wow.
Dudley authored a book called The Drunken Monkey, Why We Drink and Abuse Alcohol in 2014. His so-called drunken monkey hypothesis posits that common ancestors to humans and apes likely ate similar alcohol-rich diets. Chimpanzees consume a similar amount of alcohol to what we might if we ate fermented food daily, Morrow said. Human attraction to alcohol probably arose from this dietary heritage and our common ancestor with the chimpanzees. A team from Britain's University of Exeter, I attend the University of Exeter,
Yes.
revealed in April that cameras set up
You
at
need to speak up when you say that stuff.
University of Exeter.
There we go.
I turned my head. I didn't cough. The cameras set up at Cantanes National Park in Guinea-Bissau, captured chimps sharing fermented African breadfruit that was later confirmed to contain ethanol. I think that's the story we covered.
Yeah.
The researchers said the footage was notable because it could indicate chimps were sharing alcohol as a social activity similar to human behavior. So it was like chimp happy hour?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Well, now we go over to Long Island, where seafood has turned surreal. Now, statistically, it's a 1 in a million find. Visually, it's somewhere between Sunset Chic and a traffic cone with claws. Now, to give us a story with the scientific curiosity of a man who once asked if shellfish were just angry shrimp. I don't know. I think we need to fire the writers. That one was just dumb.
Yeah. I was going to say.
That one wasn't funny. We need to fire the writers.
With my birthday coming up, I hear there's a roast coming, and there's got to be better than that.
Yeah, they're going to get fired. Anyways, here's Rich with the story, guys.
An ultra rare orange lobster, reminds me of the Rock Lobster song, that wound up. Rock Lobster. Wound up in a tank at a New York store, was returned to its ocean home by a Long Island-based rescue group. So if if you're a different color lobster, they rescue you. So that's never mind.
It's prejudiceful.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that. Kyle Brancato said he was shopping at Tops on Jefferson Road in Henrietta when he spotted the orange lobster in the store's tank. I think the only reason it was still in the tank was people probably thought it had a disease or something. Brancato, believing he was looking at something special and unusual, purchased the lobster with the intent to save it from a dinner plate. I borrowed some tank water from Palmer's down the road, Brancato said. That bought me enough time to go to Petco and pick up a 20-gallon tank, and I got 20 gallons of seawater that they sell in the store boxes, and I emptied it into the tank and cooled it down to the proper temperature. So he didn't boil the lobster, he cooled it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brancato enlisted the help of animal rescue group Humane Long Island, which took custody of the crustacean and dubbed it Jean-Claude Van Damme, spelled
Claude.
C-L-A-W-D.
Yeah.
Okay. The lobster was released back into the Long Island Sound on Wednesday. That's like that video where they washed off the otter and they released it back into the wild, and an orca came and ate it while the kids were. They released it, and 5 minutes later it was somebody else's dinner. Orange coloration is believed to occur in only 1 out of every 30 million lobsters.
But we've now had 2 within the last year.
So maybe it's 15 million, unless lobster population is higher than I thought. An orange lobster named Peaches was brought to the University of New England in 2023 so researchers could study the cause of the unusual pigment. Peaches laid a clutch of eggs that hatched in 2024, and researchers said some of the babies shared their mother's coloration, indicating a genetic component to the orange color.
Well, there you have it.
So they're like the blue bloods in the Kentucky foothills, or
yeah, something like that. Well, everybody, that wraps up the less serious side of the news, where the facts are real, the consequences are minimal, and the only thing endangered is Rich's dignity.
I endanger that every time I come here for a show.
So if you're still with us, congratulations, you survived the chaos. Now, on to Strange World Records. All right, everybody, it's time for Strange World Records, where ambition meets absurdity, and somewhere, someone just trained 6 months to do something the rest of us just asked why.
Isn't that usually about par for the course with some of these?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now let's dive into the feats that no one asked for, but Guinness still certified. Hundreds of Ryans gathered in New York not for a tech conference, not for a cult, and definitely not for a group therapy session. Now it's called Rytoberfest, and yes, it's real. And excuse me, folks, I'm dying here. And somewhere in a crowd, a Brian, that's B-R-Y-A-N, tried to sneak in and was promptly escorted out. Now, Rich, read this story with all the journalistic gravitas of a man who once thought Guinness was just a beer.
Sure. So, Kyles, you have a competitor. Hundreds of people named Ryan gather for Rytoberfest in New York, but it's not October yet, so why would they call anyway?
It's the name of the event. Don't read into it.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it, yeah.
Hundreds of people sharing the same first name met up in New York for the second ever Rytoberfest to celebrate the moniker Ryan and attempt a Guinness World Record. Ryan Meetup, a national organization that frequently organizes events catering to people with the first name Ryan, held its second Rytoberfest on Saturday at Torch and Crown in Union Square. The event was the latest in the group's string of attempts to break the Guinness World Record for the largest same-name gathering, first name only, which was set by 2,325 people named Ivan in 2017 in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Remember we reported on they were trying to beat their record.
The Kyles were?
No, the Ivans. Remember they were trying to beat their record? And they tried to gather again?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that now. The event on Saturday attracted Ryans from as far away as Australia. The organization said alternate spellings such as R-I-A-N are allowed, but last names do not count, and no Bryans are allowed. Get the heck out of here, B.
Yeah.
Bryans are just B-list Ryans, the organization's website states.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ryan Meetup previously attempted to break the world record in 2024 with a Ryan Rodeo in Texas. Was that in the same weekend as the Kyles?
Yeah, probably. we remember that. We did the Ryan Rodeo was another thing we covered.
That I don't remember, but that attempt ultimately fell short of the record.
Take your ginkgo biloba.
My what?
Exactly.
That attempt ultimately fell short of the record. The first Rytoberfest held in New York in 2023 was attended by over 200 Ryans. The organization said hundreds of Ryans attended Saturday's event, but official numbers have not yet been released, so it's unclear whether the record was broken. Rytoberfest also served as a fundraiser for the Ryan Callahan Foundation, which supports the families of pediatric cancer patients. So it's goofy and it's for a good cause.
Yeah, it's a good cause. I think that'd be great. Well, anyways, our next world record takes us over to Vienna, Austria, where one man just set a Guinness World Record by pulling a car fully engulfed in flames. Yes.
The car was engulfed in
flames? Yes, you heard that. You heard that right. Fire, car, speed, and apparently zero regard for eyebrows. Now, let's hear the story from the man who once burnt microwave popcorn and called it trauma.
If the internet would cooperate?
He's having technical difficulties, folks.
All right, where was I? Okay, technical difficulties are over. Stunt performer pulls a car while on fire to break world record. And An Austrian daredevil lit his... Oh, it was his body, not the car. I asked if it was the car. You said it was the car.
Oh, I thought it was the car.
Nope.
No.
An Austrian daredevil lit his body on fire and pulled a car a distance of 328 feet in 56.42 seconds to earn a Guinness World Records title. Wow, he got shish kebabbed. Josef Toddling, sure, we'll go with that, became the first person to hold the record for fastest 100-meter car pull in full body burn when he completed the stunt in Vienna on June 24th. Vienna, Falco.
Yes, Vienna, city of music, but yet apparently it's also the city of burning bodies pulling cars.
Burning Man is just...
Burning Man just took on a whole new meaning, folks.
Yeah, it was just a term. A video of the record attempt shows Toddling pulling the car while a member of his support team keeps pace with a fire extinguisher, ready to put out the flames if anything went wrong. That reminds me of Hades. My hair out?
Look back to episode 1, folks. You'll find that in there.
Or watch Disney's version of Hercules with
Go on.
with the very talented James Woods as the voice of Hades.
Yeah, go on now.
His support team used 3 fire extinguishers to keep his body from burning at the end of the attempt. Would you like your car puller crispy or extra crispy? Toddling already held multiple records that involve setting himself on fire, including the longest duration full body burn without oxygen, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Farthest distance pulled by a vehicle full body burn.
It's sad, it's scary that they actually have categories for this.
Yeah, kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, please don't.
I thought it was risky just to take one of those old disposable lighters when you could actually mess with the flame.
Oh, yeah, you could crank it up. Yeah.
That was about as daring as I was going to get with fire.
It was about as risque as you got.
Yeah. Anyway, farthest distance full body burn on a zip wire. So this guy, he gets off on setting himself on fire. That's all I can think of.
Wow.
Tell me, what turns you on? Got a lighter?
All right, you got the next one up there?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so this next world record really isn't very strange. It's actually one that I wouldn't mind being part of. I think it would be sort of cool. It's from the wide open fields of New York, where a Guinness World Record was broke by playing the largest game of catch ever recorded. That's actually pretty cool.
New Jersey.
Yeah, well, New Jersey, New York, same thing.
New whatever. Joyzy.
Anyways, here's Rich to tell us a story with the athletic grace of a man who once pulled his groin reaching for the remote.
The Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center. It ain't over till it's over. Remember that. Yeah.
My dad used to always say that.
What else? What's another yogiism? I don't know. Yogi Berra had a lot of.
He had a lot of them.
Yeah. The Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center in New Jersey gathered 2,358 people to play catch and break a Guinness World Record. The Sunday event at Yogi Berra Stadium in Little Falls officially broke the record for the largest game of catch, with 2,358 people splitting off into pairs to throw baseballs back and forth. The Guinness World Records adjudicator, Michael, we've got an adjudicator name.
Ooh, that's
Now everybody,
that's
no
groundbreaking.
doxing him. Michael Emprick said there was a few disqualifications during the attempt. Oh, how do you get disqualified from playing catch? Did they machine the baseballs at home before they brought them?
Well, they scuffed him up. Remember,
Right,
they scuffed him up so that it would get a.
They rubbed Vaseline on their
Yeah.
hat or something so they could throw a spitball.
Yeah.
There were some phone violations, and also there was some rolling of the ball. When we say catch, we want people to play to the best of their ability. does involve throwing the ball, not rolling it. There weren't a lot of deductions, though. For a group this size, I think 8 pairs were deducted, which was minimal.
Wow.
How do you get? I guess you roll the ball on the ground.
That's not catch.
That's infield practice.
Yeah. That's practicing grounders.
Get your fungo bat and
Yeah, there
do it
we
that
go.
way.
Now let's go ahead and head on over to Japan, where one man shatters a Guinness World Record by sprinting 100 meters like a zombie extra in a horror movie. Yes, that's right. A zombie extra in a horror movie. Now, Rich, go ahead and please take it away with the primal elegance of a man who tried yoga once and got stuck in the downward dog and blamed the carpet. I don't know, our writers.
Who writes this
Our writers
crap?
are bad this week.
Well, at least it's not cross-pollination, even though that was one of our better skits.
I think it was self-pollination is the word. It was self-pollinating.
No, cross-pollination.
No, cross-pollinating. It wasn't. It was self-pollinating.
Had like 54 or 60.
Yeah, 64 leaf clovers they had to self-pollinate.
Okay. A Japanese man channeled his inner quadruped and broke a Guinness World Record by running 328 feet in 14.55 seconds on all fours. Sounded like he channeled his inner primate.
Yeah.
Ryusei Yoni, 22, broke the record for fastest 100 meters running on all fours, beating American Colin McClure's 2022 time of 15.66 seconds. So, he beat it by just over a second. Yoni said he's been running on all fours since middle school. He must have been fun to chase around the classroom. The teacher said that animals on all fours can run faster. That made me think I could be the fastest human on all fours, he told Guinness World Records. Yoni said he prepared for the record by observing how four-legged animals like dogs, cats, and monkeys run. He said it took some time to adapt his technique to running on a track. I was mostly training in the sand, he told the World Records. The track has a lot more rebound, which charged my running form. The athlete said more world records are likely to be in his future. I will train harder than ever before. I want to do whatever I can to grow the all four sports, wherever that may be.
Would that be like 4x4?
I guess. He could advertise while he's running for like Doan's pills and other back medication.
Well, he needs some gloves made by like Michelin or something,
Right,
and
right.
some shoes, and
Yeah, Teflon.
That's I don't know about you, but I could not do that. I would not do that. That's just
I wouldn't get up from doing that.
So everybody, just to let you all know, remember we are now on. We have ttgnews.org. It's up and running again. Currently update again. TTG News is going to be having its own YouTube channel, and it's going to be more of a satirical take on actual, real top news stories.
That ought to be fun.
What's that?
That ought to be fun.
Oh, that will be. We're also going to be launching Talking History with the Gruse. We'll be picking up just random historical facts about different things, and we'll be putting it on there for you guys. And we're working on a new segment and another channel, the Co-Host Corner. So keep an eye out for all that.
If I can find some interesting stuff to talk about, maybe I'll record myself while I'm driving.
That would be exciting in and of itself.
You'd see what road rage as a courier looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Now, everybody, that's the news you didn't ask for, but now you can't unhear it. So if you like what you saw, tap that thumbs up button, or smash the subscribe, or you can just yell, "Rich!" into a canyon, and we'll find you. New shorts drop faster than Rich's blood pressure when somebody says live broadcast. Just remember,
You're fired, writers.
What's that?
You're fired, writers.
Yeah, I like that one. They've earned a point back. But just remember, everybody, stay weird,
Stay less serious.
and we'll see you next time on the Talking Gruse.